All right, we're now going to answer this question here. It says the scheduled payments are this per fortnight. However, Daniel finds that he can afford to pay $1,200 per fortnight and decides to do so for the duration of the loan. How many of Daryl's repayments will be exactly $1,200? This is a finance solver question, so we go menu 8.1 to bring up our finance solver. Now, what are we trying to solve for here? It says how many of Daryl's repayments. So we're after the n value here. So we're going to leave that blank. My interest rate is 4.4% per annum. My present value is going to be 220,000. 000. Now it's going to be positive because this is a loan. It's money the bank is giving me. It's money in my pocket, so it's positive. My payments is going to be $1,200 fortnightly. This is negative because this is money that I'm giving up. I'm trying to figure out when my future value is 0 and my PPY is 26 and my CPY is 26 because it's fortnightly. I then come up to N and I'm going to get that. And it's going to give me 219.67. People often struggle at this point knowing whether do I round up, do I round down? But if you're having trouble with that, just test it out. So let's see what happens if I was to make this exactly 219. So if I was to make this 219, what is my future value going to be? Is going to be $803, meaning I still have owing on this $803. So after 219 payments of $1,200, I still have $803 left. So that means to fully pay this thing off, I'm going to have to make 220 payments, right? One more, 220 to pay this full thing off. But the question is asking how many of these payments will be exactly $1,200. So that means 219 will be exactly $1,200, and then one more payment after that to cover the little bit left over. So if I come and look at my examiner report, you can see the answer is 219. And that's it. That's how you approach that question. Hopefully that made sense. Let's just pause here for a moment. So now you'd go on to the next one. You remember you need to be working nicely and efficiently in your exam, but we're not in the exam at the moment. So let's just take some time and, just talk about why they've given us this number here. I feel like some people would have maybe been thrown by that number, but notice how this is just the scheduled repayments. Daryl has decided to pay more than the scheduled repayments. So how did they get this number here? How did they get that number? Well, all they did was they said, all right, we've got 10 years and we're paying off fortnightly. So 10 times 26. We want to get this thing down to 0, right? How much am I going to have to, what is my fortnightly repayments going to have to be if over 10 years fortnightly, I want to get that to 0? We hit enter here. And it's going to leave me with 1046.62. So that's how they're getting that number there. But we shouldn't really waste time with you didn't have to figure that out at all. It really didn't help us in answering the question. We were able to answer the question just by doing what I just did there. But I just want to take a moment just to talk about, where that came from.